U.S. prosecutor seeks 6.5-year sentence for Mango Markets hacker Avi Eisenberg. United States federal prosecutors are urging a significant prison sentence of up to 6.5 years for Avi Eisenberg, the individual convicted in connection with the substantial $110 million exploit of the decentralized finance platform Mango Markets that occurred in late 2022. The request was formally submitted in a court filing on April 22, addressed to Judge Arun Subramanian, ahead of Eisenberg's anticipated sentencing hearing, currently scheduled for May 1. Prosecutors specifically recommended a custodial sentence ranging between 78 and 97 months, highlighting the gravity of the financial crimes for which Eisenberg was found guilty. A jury convicted Eisenberg in April 2024 on multiple federal charges, including wire fraud, commodities fraud, and market manipulation. These convictions stem directly from his admitted actions targeting the Mango Markets protocol, which he publicly described not as a hack, but as a highly profitable trading strategy. The legal proceedings have drawn considerable attention within both traditional financial and burgeoning cryptocurrency sectors, as they represent a significant early test of how U.S. law will address complex manipulations within decentralized finance environments. Beyond the financial fraud charges, Eisenberg is also facing separate, serious allegations related to the possession of child pornography. Prosecutors have argued that the presence of these additional charges further substantiates their demand for a lengthy term of imprisonment, emphasizing a pattern of behavior that warrants stern punishment and protection of the public. In their comprehensive sentencing memorandum filed with the court, federal prosecutors meticulously detailed the extensive damage inflicted by Eisenberg's scheme. They asserted that the illicit activity directly resulted in defrauding investors of more than $100 million, a sum that inflicted considerable financial harm across the Mango Markets ecosystem. Furthermore, prosecutors contended that Eisenberg's actions were directly responsible for forcing the eventual cessation of operations for Mango Markets itself. The platform, which had launched in August 2021 with the aim of offering decentralized exchange services, announced in January 2025 that it would be winding down its operations. The platform cited the persistent and debilitating impact of the October 2022 exploit as the primary reason for its inability to continue functioning effectively. Mango Markets officially ceased operations on February 3, 2025, marking the definitive closure of a platform significantly impacted by the events orchestrated by Eisenberg. This shutdown underscored the real-world consequences extending beyond monetary loss for participants and the wider DeFi community. During the highly watched trial, Eisenberg's legal defense team consistently maintained that his actions, while resulting in significant financial gain for him and losses for others, were conducted within the technical parameters and underlying code of the Mango Markets protocol. They characterized his strategy as a sophisticated, albeit aggressive, form of trading that exploited vulnerabilities in the platform's design rather than constituting illegal market manipulation or fraud. Following the exploit in October 2022, Avraham Eisenberg did engage with the Mango Markets community through its decentralized governance process. This engagement led to the return of approximately $67 million of the drain funds, following a community vote. However, he controversially retained over $40 million from the exploit, arguing his right to keep the profit derived from his strategy. This partial return has been a point of contention throughout the legal process, with prosecutors viewing it as an insufficient attempt to mitigate the harm caused by a clear criminal act. In a powerful victim impact statement submitted to the court, representatives for Mango Markets formally requested a sum of $47 million in restitution from Eisenberg. They argued forcefully that securing the return of these funds is absolutely critical to beginning to address the financial damage suffered by the platform and its users. The statement movingly conveyed the sentiment that while no amount of money could ever fully repair the significant reputational damage or the considerable suffering and disruption inflicted upon the community, the ordered restitution would serve as a vital step towards helping to make the affected community financially whole again. The legal case against Eisenberg commenced following his arrest in December 2022. The path to sentencing has been marked by multiple postponements, with his legal team citing complex legal considerations surrounding decentralized finance and the novel nature of the charges as reasons for the delays. Originally, Eisenberg's sentencing hearing had been tentatively scheduled for late 2024, but it was subsequently pushed back several times before the current date of May 1, 2025 was set. If the court ultimately decides to accept the prosecution's recommendation or imposes a sentence within the proposed range, Avi Eisenberg could face one of the most substantial prison sentences delivered to date in a case involving a decentralized finance-related exploit. This outcome would likely send a strong message regarding the legal risks associated with manipulating DeFi protocols. The technical details of the exploit, as outlined by prosecutors, involved Eisenberg utilizing two distinct accounts on the Mango Markets platform. Through these accounts, he allegedly engaged in a series of manipulative trading activities. These trades specifically targeted futures contracts whose values were tied to the price relationship between Mango's native token, MNGO, and the widely used stablecoin, USD coin USDC. Prosecutors contend that these carefully orchestrated trades were designed to artificially inflate the perceived value of his MNGO holdings relative to USDC, allowing him to drain significant value from the protocol. In addition to the financial charges, court documents filed last year revealed that Eisenberg also faced separate charges related to the possession of child pornography. These documents allege that images found in Eisenberg's possession depicted prepubescent minors under the age of 12. Earlier court filings from August detailed that this deeply disturbing material was initially discovered on Eisenberg's cell phones and laptops during the course of a search conducted by law enforcement as part of their ongoing investigation into the market manipulation and fraud charges linked to the Mango Markets exploit. The convergence of these two distinct sets of charges presents a complex picture for the court as it deliberates the appropriate punishment for Avraham Eisenberg. The sentencing hearing scheduled for early May is a highly anticipated event that is expected to provide further clarity on how the U.S. legal system intends to handle complex financial crimes within the rapidly evolving landscape of decentralized finance.